Hi, Dean here, CIO, Clean Power Engineering. A quick tutorial on the new condensed docu-sign. The old contract was 13, 14 pages. We cut it back to where this one is now 7 pages. I still think there's room to cut it back even further. I think we could drop it back to 2 pages, but that's a discussion for another time. Big changes in this contract are only the first 2 pages need to be filled out, period. The rest of the contract is essentially fluff. As far as the salesman goes, there's 2 places to date and sign, period. As far as the homeowner goes, 2 places to date and sign, period. And as far as the CPE sales approver goes, 1 spot to date and sign, period. And it goes in that order. It'll go salesman to sign and date first, homeowner to sign and date next, then approver. That way the approver gets a final set of eyes to decide whether or not we're going to go ahead with the deal. So if the customer asks for something ridiculous, the salesman overlooks it, we can catch it in the office. Anyway, so this is DocuSign. Yay. Let's go over the new condensed document. I want to go to Documents because I'm going to create a document. Once it's done messing around, I'm going to create a new document. I'm going to send a document. Okay, I'm going to use a template. The template that I'm going to use is the new condensed manual typing template. You'll see some things have changed the minute we get there. The energy consultant, that's going to be me. Because, well, I just want to be the person who does it. Okay, we're going to change this back to me again, just because. The homeowner, that's going to be myself. And I'll send this to another one of my emails. So that way, because it's just for test. That way it doesn't go anywhere and everywhere all over the place. It stays in my little sphere of test. Now normally CPE approver is going to be someone in the office. At the moment it's Jason. Jason might pass that job, that lovely job, off into somebody else, in which case we'll worry about it then. But after I'm done with test, I will hard code this to Jason and we'll just leave it there. So you won't have to do this spot very often. But I'm going to go ahead and switch it around, like I said, just so that it goes back to me. Now that I've got that filled up, I'm ready to click next. I've got this in, I've got that in. Everybody needs to sign. I don't have an individual message to add to anybody. Just go next. Pow. Next step. Here's the form. Things we have changed. These are no longer drop-down menus. The reason for being is the drop-down menus kept getting out of date, kept running out of date. Everybody's saying, well, put the new panels in there, put the new manufacturers in there, the ones we're selling. By the time we put them in there, they're out of date again, and everybody's complaining. It's at which point in time we want the form to be pre-filled out anyway, so this is what we're going to do. The solution is just type the bloody thing in. Sorry, type it in. Have a nice day. Myself was the homeowner. My address is 202 Monte Vista Drive. That's going to be... it's actually Santa Cruz, California, but I'm going to set this up so that this fails any type of credit check and any type of thing, because I don't want to accidentally end up buying a solar system that doesn't exist, especially when I live in a rental. Okay, boom. Then we're going to put in the email, which would be, if I remember correctly, that was the real Dean at yahoo.com. One of my other emails. What would you know? The site address. Now this is in the case of, let's say my mail is received at 202, or even my residence is at 202, but I own a rental at 5300 Canyon Crest Boulevard. I would put the 5300 Canyon Crest Boulevard over here because that would be the site address. That would be the install address. For purposes of simplicity, I'm just going to copy it over. Yes, you do have to copy it over. Sorry. That's the breaks. You want to keep it simple. You want the information to stay there. That's the way it's done. DocuSign should have been set up this way from the very beginning. The people who set it up originally kind of sort of boogered it up pretty bad. We won't get into that. We'll just get into it being fixed. All right, now here, This is where I said it used to be a drop down. Today we just write down whatever it was in the proposal. So the Q cell, 260 watt, black on black, XYZ with silver buttons. There, 260 watt. I got 10 of them. Okay, 10 times 260 is 2600. So that's our total watts DC. Inverters, we want a solar edge. Let's use the 3600. I'm not sure if there is a 3600. I'm just assuming there is one there. Again, I don't know what. You got to watch out for your editing keys. If you press the wrong button, these guys will load with information different than what you typed in. You got to watch out for the use of backspace and arrow keys in these guys because they're very, very tricky. Or you got to pay attention. Pay attention. The inverter that I want is 3600. It's 3600 watts. That's why it's the model 3600. Most places label their models that way. It's kind of nice of them. No, we want inverter. We only want oh, crud! I accidentally deleted it. Gotta be careful of that. I only want one inverter, and that's going to be 3600. Okay. Now our racking system. Generic racking. In fact, I should hard code that generic racking. The system will produce approximately 2.6 kilowatts. When we look at it, when we convert it to AC, we'll just call it a 3.3 system. The proposal will give you all of these values. So look at the proposal. It's going to provide essentially 85% coverage of the utility bill. Now, under additional terms and conditions, this would be like where the customer said, hey, you know, I want panels, but I've got an old roof. Can you throw in a roof with it? Okay, fine. Customer wants roof. Or customer wants a pony. Or customer wants a Caribbean cruise. And if you're going to bake that into the price, fine, bake that into the price. But that is the additional conditions box. It's there just for that. Total investment, let's say that the system is $5,000. Let's say that the tax credits coming back to me is $1,600. Let's say that this is to be financed. The terms is going to be $1,000 as the deposit. Let's do $2,500. Whoops, I like putting commas in. $2,500 on $2,500 at time of permit, and then the balance. Like I said, you got to really watch those fields. They pop around a lot. And then the balance at install. So 1,000 plus 2,500 is 3,500, 4,500, and then see if I did it again. You got to keep an eye on that stuff. And then the finance company is going to be. I've looked up on the internet to try to figure out why it does that. docu-sign is aware of the problem. They just don't have a fix. Their thing is just keep an eye on it. When it changes, change it back. I'll say payments is $3.50 a month. Approximate start date is going to be 1/1/1980. Approximate end date would be December 31st of 2016. Wow, what crazy terms on that. Like I said, I want to make it unrealistic. I don't accidentally want to end up paying for this system. Let's say the meter number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, please get the meter number. The service account number, now please pay attention. On some bills, the account number and the service account number will be the same. For other jurisdictions, it'll also be listed on the bill. They are different. Some are different. So this service account number, please write it down. You'll find it on the bill. Let's just say that it's 111222333. Anyways, this is what I was talking about the first 2 pages. All right, there's page 2 of 7. We're done when we hit that spot. When we fill out this much information, we are ready to send. It sends, pow, guess what? Sending. It's on its way. Says successfully sent. The docu-sign has been successfully sent. Now I'm going to go grab it in one of my email boxes, probably my Gmail box, because I think I listed my Gmail as the first point of contact. Review the document. I'm now acting as the salesman in the contract. I bring up the document. All right, I bring up the document as the salesman. Pow, check it out. The data is filled in. Yay, look at that. Isn't that nice? We don't have any goofy drop downs to fight with. We don't have old panels and old selections to fight with. I can walk in and I can say, okay, I'm going to make this a 4500 or whatever. Doesn't matter to me. I look at all this stuff. All the stuff is already selected, but let's do this. Pow, next, next, next. You know, it's wanting to do all this stuff, but the only thing that I've really got to do, to move this on its way is sign and date, sign and date. That's it. Well, after I sign and date, I get finish. I get to send it to the next person. I get to send it to the homeowner because the rest of it was already filled in for me. So that goes off out of there. Great, we're done for now in here. I want to go back over here. We should have an email showing up here just about in the next couple of seconds. Should be our docu-sign. Now I'm going in as the homeowner. As the homeowner gets to see the following. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. Boom. If you noticed, everything is all nice and clean and filled out just the way it should have been in the very beginning. But after lots and lots and lots of wrestling with DocuSign, redoing the form, redoing the template, condensing everything, basically recreating the universe from the first atom up. This is what we've got. The homeowner does this. Check it. Yo. Sign, date. Adopt and sign, yeah, sure. Sign, date. Customer's done. Sign and date twice, just like the salesman. End of story. Pow. And it's on its way. Wait a minute, I didn't realize DocuSign could be that easy. Well, it can be that easy if you sit on it, you twist its arm, and like I said, I redesigned this from scratch. This is not the old form. This is the new form, the condensed form, one we just wrote for this purpose. Now we should have it back in here. This time it's going to should be the sales reviewer, or the in-office approver. In which case, here it is, and our sales approver has one spot. That document is done. Like I said, we filled it out on the front end. Once it's filled out, then salesman sign and done twice, homeowner sign and done twice, sales approver sign and done twice. You are done, and you are welcome.